Good morning. Sorry I'm a wee bit late today. I had to tidy up from the Super Bowl party last night. And that was fun. I'm just picking some colors. Maybe these two. Maybe like a light pink. I'll try that. How is everyone? Did you guys stay up and watch the whole Super Bowl? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I was making chicken fingers at 1 a.m. last night because obviously the game didn't start here until 11:30 p.m. Jessie, she's already fucked off back to bed. She's already sleeping back upstairs. So that's where we are. Right, so today, sorry, just sorting my hoop out. Okay, so today's going to be the first day that we actually draw on the hoop. So I've shown you a little bit of the practice hoop, like my sampler, I guess you could say. But I've had a lot of questions about, like, I can't find the additional templates for every day. Or is there like a master copy that we can just put on now so we don't have to draw them every single day? And I'm not doing one because you need to draw them yourself. So because I used to be an art teacher, I'm a huge advocate for learning how to do it so then you can do it again on your own. So the whole process of this, so hooping your fabric, you've done it, now you can do it. You've transferred the image on, you've done it before, now you can do it in the future. And then kind of the last skill as far as how to make a pattern would be drawing it freehand. So 1, you'll learn how to do it, so you can do it again and again and again. And 2, everyone's are going to look a little bit different because if I put mine here, you might decide you want to put yours here or kind of on her shoulder. That's fine. You can put it wherever you feel like it. You can make it as big or as small as you'd like. I would just say kind of keep in mind like the scale of each one. So some are going to be quite large and like fill a big space, and other ones are going to be a little bit smaller. But there's no like right or wrong answer. You know what I mean? There's no right or wrong way. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to use the black Frixion pen for the drawing and then the blue one to show you the direction of the stitches. So just in case you need like a little bit of a guide. Okay? Are we all right? Are we going to live? I hope so. Okay, so the first thing we're going to draw is just one big flower. And it's the same kind of flower that we stitched yesterday in the FEB Stitchalong. So if you've seen some people fill in the middle of those flowers, that's the same kind of flower. Let me just get a drink. And then we'll get started. Okay, with these, I'm going to try to do a sample before I do on here so you can get the shape. And I'll just put it on this hoop that I've got on the side. I hooped it for something else. But what you're going to do is you're going to make just a big squiggly line like that. Okay? A circle in the middle. And then you're going to make some like upside down U's or N's all the way around it. You can aim for 6, 7, 4. It's up to you. Just like that. Yeah? Easy peasy. So when I put it on here, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put mine down here, kind of in the corner, and I want one of the petals to overlap her shoulder a little bit. So Oh, both of these made 6, didn't they? And let's make the middle a little bit bigger than the last one. And that's it. So easy peasy. If you need to practice just drawing it, you can have like a piece of paper to the side or something. I'll end up just stitching this as like a sampler of all of them later. So that's fine. Right, scary part done. Hi, Meg. So we've got this now, and we're just gonna focus on this tiny little part on the inside here. And I'm calling this the straight stitch. And yesterday, I kind of explained a little bit why it's different from a satin stitch, because they do look very similar when you put them in this order. And the reason I'm saying it is a little bit different from the satin stitch is because we're just gonna use straight stitches from the outside to the inside, and they don't have to be smooth, they don't have to be in order, they don't have to be like all neat and parallel like normally satin stitches are. We're just gonna practice straight stitches. Now the inside is gonna be nice and smooth, and you're gonna keep that circle shape right here. And the outside is going to be jagged. So you're gonna have some long stitches and some short stitches. And we're gonna try to keep all of our stitches kind of here as the outerest most length, if that makes sense. So you'll have some short and you'll have some long. Now for these kinds of flowers, I like to pick 2 colors that kind of go together. One kind of bright and one a little bit more dull. I wouldn't choose like this one and this one, because they're too similar in my mind to me. So I want one to kind of be bright and one to be a little bit dull. So kind of like this. And you want to have like a nice contrast between the two. Yeah. So I'm going to pick this pink. Yeah, these 2 pinks. Let's see what I've got. 68 and 23. Like this. I'm gonna do 23 for the inside, very similar to yesterday, but a different color. What did I say? 23, yeah, for the inside. And then I'll use this 68 for these petals tomorrow. Yeah? So we're gonna take a length out. I feel like I've got a stuffy nose. I stayed up too late. Where's the end? Thread your needle, just like I showed yesterday. Any questions so far? Is it a little bit? Are we confused? I hope not. Let me zoom in so you can see. Okay, I've put a little knot on the end. And we're just gonna start here. And down. Now, because the outside is a little bit bigger than the inside, meaning they kind of make these wedges or almost like triangles there, some of your stitches won't go all the way down to the middle of the circle because it's going to make the middle of the circle really congested with stitches, and it's going to make it really difficult for you to put more stitches in to fill up the rest of it. And also, when we fill it in the middle, it's going to make it difficult to, if you wanted to do a satin stitch there for the middle, all six strands. So what we're going to do is some of them are going to go all the way, and some of them are only going to go a little bit of the way. And I'll show you. Hi, George. I missed you last night. All 6 strands, yep. Normally, if I separate them, I'll show you that I'm separating them, but I should have said how many. So we're going to keep making just straight stitches. Okay. You might get it where the tail of where your knot is came up through the front, and that's okay. Just pull it out. So here's what I mean, where some of them will go all the way down and some of them won't. So some of them, and you kind of need to see for yourself on your own as you're stitching. So see how it's kind of less space here than there is at the top. So this one I'm just going to go down kind of like 3/4 of the way. So not all the way, but just almost all the way. Push her down. Yeah, so it looks like that. And then the next one, I'll go all the way down. So you kind of have two things that you're looking for here. We're trying to make the edge, not like long and short, but some will be longer, some will be short, because it's not the long and short stitch. So it'll be kind of like jagged like this, and the inside will be nice and smooth. And that's why some of the stitches will only go a little bit of the way down, or most of the way down, and other stitches will go all the way down, because we want to fill in that space. And I wish there was like a rule where I could say it's definitely like every other one, but it's not, because some you need to go all the way, and other ones you'll just know, I think I need to put this one just like 3/4 of the way to kind of fill in that space. Good morning. Happy Monday. Ooh. I almost pulled my needle off. And so we just continue. Now, like I said before, it's not meant to look, hi Raquel, really nice and smooth. It's not meant to look like perfect. It's meant to be just straight stitches all around in a circle. Whereas satin stitch tends to be a little bit more planned. It tends to be really smooth. So the idea is that you do get them not necessarily all parallel, because sometimes with satin stitch you will need to use the same technique. But the whole idea is that they're meant to look really nice and, you know, like satin. Whereas these ones, it's okay if they look, oh my goodness, a little bit chunky or not perfect. And if you don't like the chunkier look, then of course you could use less strands. So I'm using 6, especially because I have an 8-inch hoop. So I'm gonna want more strands to fill the space more. If I had 3 or 2 strands, then I would be here for a while, because it's actually, you know, a nice size flower. But if you have a 6-inch hoop or a 5-inch hoop even, definitely cut down on your strands so that it doesn't get too bulky. Meg says it looks like a natural flower shape. This is one of my favorite flower drawings to make at the moment, because one, it's super easy to draw. So actually, when you look at it, you think, oh, I don't think I could do that. But I've already shown you, it's super easy to draw. There's no way that you can make a mistake. If it's got 4 petals, it's fine. If it's got 10 petals, it's fine. It doesn't matter. But also you can play with colors. So actually, if you only had, like if you only bought 5 colors, then you could totally make this right here and this the same color, or even the middle and the outside the same color. Or you could add another color if you wanted to So we could go back with like 2 strands or 1 strand and put some little tiny bursts in there to make it look like it's really like radiating. I actually sound like I've got stuffy nose, don't I? If those people that came over last night got me sick, I am going to be livid. Oh, too quick. Okay, so we're almost done with this one. And that's all that we're doing today. So this is really a little bit step by step, step by step. I am taking screenshots of all the people who share, and I'm saving all of the posts on your grid for people who share for the giveaway on Saturday. So if you missed it yesterday, every Saturday there's going to be a catch-up day and a giveaway. I'm still doing a video, so you can still see me stitch things that, you know, I haven't finished yet. Or you can add details if you're already done and you think, oh, I think I want to add another color here and make it really like burst out. We can do that together. Just have a bit of a natter. But yeah, if you share, then you'll be entered into the giveaway to win kits, patterns, or store credit. So that's fun. I think that's it, right? I can't fit anymore. Meg says, did you have a fun Super Bowl party? I did. It was really fun. It was really nice. So all the people who, obviously I live in England. So all the people who come, they're all British. So they just happen to be people who watch NFL. Whereas in America, mostly everyone will watch the NFL and like know all the rules and everything like that. So it's nice that everybody knows like what's going on and what's happening. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So I've ended in the middle. Sorry, I've just stopped in the middle of my conversation, but I've ended my thread right here in the middle. And what you're going to want to do is make one more stitch at the very end from the middle to the outside, because when we fill this in, and you have a choice at the very end if you want to fill it in with French knots or satin stitch or whatever. You can use any of the stitches that I'm going to show you. But when we fill it in, you're going to have a lot of pokes that go into the outside edge here to fill in the middle of the flower. So you don't want to have any knots that are here, because in the end, you're just going to literally be pulling all the knots to the side and you're going to give yourself a lot of grief. So at the very, very end, when you know that you don't need to fill in anymore, they're all filled in pretty well, you're going to do one more stitch from here to the outside. And of course, that's right where I started, so good. And then you can put your knot at the very outside edge. Now, obviously, you're thinking, but Tori, you said we're going to fill those in tomorrow. So there's going to be knots there too, because we're going to fill these in from here to here. Yes, that's true. But here, we've already put so many pokes, so many stitches in this small area of space. So it's really going to be hard to put your needle through. So unless you have a really small needle that you can kind of go in there, you can change to that later, but it'll be way easier to kind of just make one stitch longer to avoid the knot than doing it here, where you definitely have to put stitch. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. So anyways, Super Bowl party. Yeah. So everyone watches it. Everyone knows the rules. Everybody, they get really, really into it. So I don't know if you saw on Instagram yesterday, but I painted the football field as a tablecloth for this table. So I've just taken it off this morning. And then we make all kinds of food and play games, and it's a fun time. So yeah, it was fun. We just stay up way too late because it finishes at like 3 a.m. So, all right, enough about me. That's what we've done for a Monday. day 3. So I used color number, not that one, 23. It's all 6 strands, and we've just drawn and filled in just this middle part. And tomorrow we'll do the petals. So I'll leave you with that. Be sure to tag me in your stories. Go to the Barmy Fox SAL hashtag and give some people some encouragement, some chat, some comments, some love. All right? And I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely Monday. Bye.